Welcome to Continuous Delivery Toolchaining with Opscode Chef, Jenkins, and the Google Compute Engine. One of the first things we'd like to do is kick off our build process. And this could be done manually as well as automatically by polling for changes from our source control system. Once we initiate our build, the build process will begin, our application will be compiled from source, and tests will be performed. Once we have a working artifact and/or artifacts, we will then want to provision resources on the Google Compute Engine, as well as copy the artifacts up to a location that can be retrieved later. You'll notice how quickly our resources begin provisioning and the resources actually get provisioned up on Google Compute Engine. The next thing that will happen is we create an environment that is tied to our build and project, as well as associate data with this environment that can be passed on to our configuration management process. This creates a very dynamic, data-driven release process and is a core component to enabling automation, especially as it pertains to continuous delivery and application release processes. Next, we will see Chef auto-bootstrapping our nodes, assigning them to the appropriate environment, as well as providing the capability to restrict unauthorized access by assigning privileges. Chef then configures our system policies and does so by dynamically retrieving information from the environment, providing for resiliency and systems integration capabilities. We're now ready to test out our application and make sure that it has been deployed correctly. So we'll get the public-facing IP address from the GCE interface, plug that in and check the proxy or load balancer admin console, make sure that our application server is actually in the pool, which it is, and then check out and make sure our application is online. And now the fun doesn't stop there, because in addition, what we're going to demonstrate is the ability to easily and quickly scale out the environment. It's in these cases where the complexity tends to overwhelm antiquated traditional enterprise technologies and where Chef is really able to shine. So what we're going to look at here is adding 2 more application servers to our pool, and that they will automatically and dynamically be configured. Again, notice how quickly we are able to stand up these resources within the Google Compute Engine, as well as automatically bootstrap the new nodes that we just added to the mix with Chef, as well as associate these brand new nodes to the environment that is tied to both the build and the project that make up this application release. Keep in mind, these new nodes will be dynamically configured much the same way as the other nodes in the pool were, based on information that are determined at runtime, such as IP address from the Google Compute Engine. This makes it very easy to perform continuous delivery, as well as just handle the complexity that we experience in today's tech environment. In the final step of our scale-out process, we'll just quickly want to validate through the load balancer admin console that the 2 app servers have actually been added to the pool, and that the load balancer has been dynamically reconfigured to add those new nodes. Last but not least, we'll want to close out this build by cleaning up any of the associated resources, such as the deployed artifacts, the Google Compute resources, as well as the associated nodes and environments within Chef. Notice how we are including all of the resources within this cleanup process that are associated with both the project and the build, even the ones that were initiated within the scale-out procedure. Although we are using the distinct platform interfaces for demonstration purposes, Jenkins generally acts as the single pane of glass for monitoring status as well as log reporting of the associated integration points. Part of enabling this integration is ensuring that your toolchain has a very strong and standards-based API. This will allow ease of integration as well as future-proofing your toolchain decisions in the event that you decide to incorporate new tool sets and/or expand out your solution. Finally, we can validate through both the load balancer admin console as well as the application web interface that our cleanup procedure is finalized. In closing, please visit us at www.opscode.com/solution/continuous delivery for more info, as well as visit us on Twitter at Opscode, as well as #OpsChef.